Oh hey, I didn't see you there, but I'm glad you stopped by because today I am making 3 different Christmas tiki cocktails and I'm super jazzed about it, especially since one of them I've never had before. It's called the Nui Nui. It's a Don Beach cocktail from 1937. It's not specifically Christmas, but a lot of people do drink it around the holidays. But before we get to that cocktail, we're gonna do 2 of my own creation, Jason Miller Originals. And when I say Jason Miller Originals, what I actually mean is I took a couple, classic tiki cocktails and just Christmas-fied them. Christmas-ist? I made them more like Christmas by being just a cheap hack as a bartender. I think they're delicious and they're gonna be a lot of fun. Nothing like bourbon around the holidays. I love it. We're gonna start off with a Mele Kaliki Mai Tai. Now, there's a lot of recipes on the internet for a Mele Kaliki Mai Tai, but as far as I know, there is no definitive recipe. It's just a cool name for a Christmas Mai Tai, and this is my take. I try to stay true to what an actual Mai Tai is, not just a bunch of random juices mixed together with cheap rum. I want to do something that tasted a lot like a Mai Tai, that stays true to its roots, but still has a little bit more of that Hawaiian twist and a little bit more of those Christmas flavors. We're gonna go really fast on these recipes though. I pre-squeezed all of the juices so that we're not gonna waste time squeezing, because you know what? You have some drinking to do, I have a lot of drinking to do, but more importantly, there's a lot of Christmas movies I plan on watching tonight. So before we get started, I just have to, yeah, that's good stuff. All right, so our first cocktail is the Mele Kaliki Mai Tai, and it's pretty simple. It's got a very similar ratio to a classic Mai Tai. Now, classic Mai Tai, as you know, well, I mean, people do vary it a little bit, but you know, 1/4 ounce of Demerara syrup, 1/4 ounce of Orgeat, 3/4 ounce lime juice, 1/2 ounce of Curacao, and then 2 ounces of some sort of rum blend. We're gonna stay in that ballpark, but I've made 2 big differences, 2 big changes. The first is the Orgeat. I made a gingerbread flavored Orgeat, so the recipe will be down below, but it's Orgeat with gingerbread spices in there, so we're still getting that really great nuttiness that stays true to an original Mai Tai, but you know, we have those extra Christmas spices. We're gonna do that's a classic Mai Tai. We're gonna do 3/4 ounce of our gingerbread Orgeat. It's real thick too. That in our mixing glass. Followed by, there it is. Instead of lime juice, we are going to be using acid-adjusted pineapple juice. Now, if you've never done that, what acid-adjusted pineapple juice is, and you can do this with any citrus, is you're shifting the acidity in the juice to emulate some other juice like lime or lemon. In this case, we move the acidity of pineapple juice to be similar to a lime, so that we can use pineapple juice in a cocktail to replace lime juice. I talked a lot more about that and made it sound a lot more complicated than it is. Really, it's just pineapple juice with citric acid added to it. The recipe is down below. It's not my recipe. I used, I think, Liquid Alchemist's recipe, which is really great. But we're gonna do 1 ounce of acid-adjusted pineapple juice. There we go. Followed by Creole Shrubb orange liqueur. Now, technically, I don't think it's actually a Curacao, but it is an orange liqueur made with rum, made with Martinique rum, which just makes it so perfect for a Mai Tai. This is by far my favorite orange liqueur to use in a Mai Tai. I also really enjoy Pierre Fernand. That's fantastic. It's a lot drier though, and it doesn't have kind of the grassy, funky notes that this does, which pairs really well in a Christmas Mai Tai or your regular Mai Tai. I'm gonna do 1/2 ounce of our Creole Shrubb. And finally, the booze. I am not going to change this part because I think the perfect Mai Tai is made with Denizen Merchant's Reserve. This is a rum that was built specifically for Mai Tais. It is fantastic, and here in Northern California, it's fantastically cheap at like $24. So we're gonna do 2 ounces of our rum blend. But really, you know, you can use your whatever your favorite, you know, Mai Tai rum blend. Again, it's hard to beat Merchant's Reserve. Like, I mean, look at that. It's almost, I got like one more cocktail on this. I drink this all the time. There we go. We're gonna add some ice and give it a really good shake. That should do it. And for glassware, I'm gonna use this really cool Santa Claus double rocks glass I got at Target a couple weeks ago. It was like, I don't know, like $4 or $5, and they're fantastic. I love it, and perfect for a Christmas Mai Tai. Top that off with just a little more crushed ice. It wouldn't be a Mai Tai if you didn't add a spent lime shell. In this case, we're doing a dehydrated lime slice and a cinnamon stick, and that. I guess that straw's a little long for this glass. I didn't really think that through. That's okay. Yeah, that's the Mele Kliki Mai Tai. I made this the other day and workshopped it a little bit, and I love it, and I can't wait to take a sip. It's so good, because it's still a Mai Tai. You still get the structure of the Mai Tai, but with that really strong pineapple flavor, which works so well with the gingerbread syrup. And then, you know, the Denizen rum, just, it's hard to beat it. I love this. As much as I'd like to keep drinking the Mele Kaliki Mai Tai, it's time to move on to Candy Cane Lane. Actually, before we do that, let me rinse these tins out. There we go. Whoops. I tried to get fancy and failed. All right, so the Candy Cane Lane is, again, another riff on an existing tiki classic. This time I'm stealing from a Painkiller, shamelessly, actually. But I think it's a lot of fun and delicious. To start, we're gonna use cream of coconut. Now you can use real cocoa or Coco Lopez. I like real cocoa because it comes in a squeeze bottle, so I can just put it back in the fridge when I'm done. Whereas Coco Lopez, it's in a can, so you have to put it in another container. Coco Lopez does taste a little better, but I don't know. I like the convenience, and it works really great in a cocktail. We're gonna use this first because this stuff is sticky as hell. It's hard to get it all out of the jigger. So if you start with it, you kind of wash the jigger out, get all the cream of coconut out with the other ingredients. What we're gonna do, 1/2 ounce cream of coconut. See what I mean? It sticks in there really. Sometimes it helps if you have it at room temperature for a little while, because it gets a little more thin, I suppose. You don't have to use a bar spoon as much to get it all out. All right, we'll get the rest out with the other ingredients. All right, speaking of other ingredients, next up, cranberry juice. We're gonna do 1 ounce of cranberry juice. Followed by 3 ounces of pineapple juice. And then peppermint schnapps. Make sure these are actually, yeah, these are peppermint schnapps. We're gonna do a 1/2 ounce of peppermint schnapps, which sounds like a lot, but there's so much cream of coconut. By so much, I mean a 1/2 ounce, plus the pineapple, that there's a lot of flavors in there. So we'll need a full, at least 1/2 ounce to cut through that pineapple. There we go. And now the booze. And again, just like the Mai Tai, I'm not gonna deviate from the classic because I think Pussers is fantastic in a painkiller. Honestly, like OFTD is also really fun in a painkiller if you want something a little higher proof. But, you know, Pussers has a lot of really great brown sugar notes that, you know what, make, you know, it's a Christmas flavor. It brings back all those great, you know, Christmas baking memories. That's a weird way to phrase it, but you know, like you're sitting down at grandma's house eating all those delicious cookies. This is somewhat reminiscent of that, and it plays really well with the other ingredients. We're gonna do 2 ounces. We're gonna add a scoop of ice. And anything with coconut cream, you want to shake really, really good because it's really thick, and when you add the ice, it's even thicker. So you have to shake it vigorously to incorporate all those ingredients thoroughly. That feels about right. Oh yeah. I could smell the pineapple and the peppermint. That's wonderful. We're gonna put it in this delightful little mermaid Santa from Beach Bum Berry Sippin' Santa pop-up. I got this at the Jungle Bird the other day, our hometown tiki bar here in Sacramento. If you haven't been to a Sippin' Santa pop-up this season, I mean, and you live by one, what the f are you doing? They are wonderful. They have great drinks. It's just, it's a fun tropical escape. All right, so we're gonna pour that in our ridiculous mug. Oh. Whew. Right to the top. To garnish, candy cane, because it's the candy cane lane. And again, I forgot to cut straws, so we're gonna have this stupid long straw. Oh, never mind, I forgot. I was thinking I was making a painkiller there for a second, and you do the nutmeg. Nutmeg might be kind of weird with the peppermint. But yeah, this is the candy cane lane, which is just, this is absurd. But how does it taste? So good. I actually think I like this more than a classic painkiller in that it's a little less sweet. Rather, you know, a painkiller has orange juice, whereas this has the cranberry juice, which mellows it out a little bit. You know, there's a little less coconut cream and a bit less pineapple juice. So this is a much more even, drier drink. The rum really comes through. It's like a tropical candy cane. And what isn't there to love about that? All right, and now the cocktail I've never had before, but I am so excited. The Nui Nui. It's from Don the Beachcomber from 1937, and not specifically a tiki drink, but it's a lot of tiki folk, tiki nerds, enjoy it around the holidays. So I thought it'd be really fun to make on this channel. But again, let's rinse our tins. I really got to get one of those little, I forget what you call them, the rinsers. You press down and like shoots all the stuff up and cleans them out. That would make my life a lot easier, and it would have been a lot, you know, better than, you know, me turning my back, going to my sink and, you know, making really bad TV. But all right, making the Nui Nui. I don't remember the recipe, and I'm afraid I'm gonna mess it up, so I just wrote it down. The Nui Nui starts with a 1/2 ounce of lime juice. And again, we are using pre-squeezed citrus. Oh, that would be a problem. I forgot to rinse out my, my jigger. It wouldn't be as much of a problem if there wasn't a whole bunch of coconut cream in there. All right, so we're gonna do 1 ounce, sorry. We're gonna do 1/2 ounce of lime juice. Followed by 1/2 ounce of orange juice. A 1/4 ounce of cinnamon syrup, and I've used cinnamon syrup a lot on this channel. It's super easy to make, just like any syrup. 2 parts sugar, 1 part water, steep a bunch of cinnamon sticks in it, strain, and you have delicious cinnamon syrup that lasts a really long time. That's one of the reasons I like to do 2-to-1 versus what a lot of people do 1-to-1. 2-to-1 will have a longer shelf life because it has a higher sugar content. Plus, I like having a little more sugar with less water. It works better in cocktails. So we're gonna do a 1/4 ounce of cinnamon syrup, followed by a 1/4 ounce of Don's Mix. Now I pre-mixed this up because it was a lot easier to do. Don's Mix is one of those secret ingredients he had. Sorry, it's not Don's Mix, it's Don's Spices _2. Don's Mix is what you use in a zombie. Don's Spices #2 is vanilla syrup and allspice dram at a 1-to-1 ratio. And he would do this so even his bartenders wouldn't know what was in his drink, so people couldn't steal his recipes, but you know, eventually they were stolen. So I pre-mixed, 1 part allspice dram, 1 part vanilla syrup, just because we only need a 1/4 ounce of the Dawn Spices #2, so it's just easier to do it this way. There we go. Doesn't feel like a lot. And then a dash of Angostura bitters. And yeah, that's, oh, the most important ingredient, I almost forgot. Wouldn't it be weird if, made the whole drink and forgot the rum? It uses traditionally they use a Virgin Islands rum. I don't have any of that, so we're gonna use Bacardi 4, which is in the cocktail going to be indistinguishable from something like a Cruzan or some other, rums from the Virgin Islands. This stuff is fantastic and it's very budget friendly. We're gonna do 2 ounces of a Column Still rum. Column Still aged rum, if you're following along with the Smuggler's Cove book. Get this guy out of the way. We're gonna add some ice. Whoa, making a mess. There we go. I'm just a mess tonight. And honestly, this is my first drink. I'm not even buzzed. All right, let's pour it. I'm gonna be using this Jingle All the Way mug from Trader Sam's I got a couple years ago. I really like it. I think it'll work really well for the Nui Nui. The problem with it though is the hole is really small. Grow up. So it's hard to fit all the ice in, but we'll give it a try. Yeah, the ice is going everywhere. Come on. There we go. Top it off with a little more ice. There. And the garnish is a peeled an orange peel. And in photos I've seen of it, didn't mean to drop that. They don't do any fancy cutting. They just, I mean, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just express it a little bit because I like that. But in the photos I see, they just, I have a really sad orange. All right, they just kind of let it droop over like that, which obviously makes no sense with the mug I chose, but whatever. It's Christmas, it's silly, I like it, but how does it taste? delicious. I'm kind of surprised I've never had this before. I don't really get why it's included in a lot of people's list for Christmas tiki cocktails, because it's very orange forward. I mean, I only used a half ounce, but the orange juice, maybe it's because I used good fresh orange juices, and there's an orange slice there. It's really coming through. You get a little bit of the spices from the cinnamon and the vanilla syrup. Honestly, it's just a really smooth, delightfully tropical cocktail. And I could easily drink these all winter long. Yeah, this is wonderful. But what are you drinking this holiday season? What's getting you through the holidays? Comment down below. And as usual, if there's some cocktail you want me to make, again, comment down below and I'll make it. I'm thirsty for ideas. Anyway, as usual, like and subscribe. Really helps me out, helps other people find these videos, and just really helps the channel quite a bit. And you know what? Until next time, I'm gonna take all these guys and I'm gonna go watch, I think I'm gonna go watch Jingle All the Way. Cheers.